It was a dark night, and the entire village was without electricity. In a small mud hut, 8-year-old Rimsha sat beside her sick mother. Her mother's face was pale, her breath was shallow, and there was no money for medicine. Rimsha opened an old book and recited a prayer her grandmother once had taught her. When all doors are closed, open the door of belief. She raised her hands and whispered, "Dear Allah, please heal my mother. I have nothing, only faith in you." Suddenly there was a knock at the door. A traveler from the village, lost on his way, had stopped to ask for water. He saw Rimsha's mother's condition and rushed out to bring medicine. Rimsha stood still, her heart echoing a single thought. Can belief really change everything? The traveler's name was Rehan, a young man with tired eyes and a kind heart. He had lost his way in the storm, but perhaps fate had led him to Rimsha's doorstep. He looked at the frail woman lying on the mat, and then at the little dot girl standing in silence. Without hesitation, he knelt down, checked her pulse. His eyes showed concern. "She needs help," he said, softly. "Don't worry, I'll be back." He left, running barefoot in the muddy streets, and returned with an old village nurse. The nurse gave Rimsha's mother an injection and warm tea, then turned to the little girl. "She'll be okay, but she needs rest, food, and care." Rehan placed a hand on Rimsha's shoulder. "I'll stay tonight, just until your mother gets better." That night, under a leaking roof and flickering candle, Rimsha felt something she hadn't in a long time: hope. And in that moment she whispered, "Maybe belief isn't just prayer. Maybe it sends people too." The morning sun rose shyly over the quiet village. Inside the tiny home, the scent of tea warmed the air, and for the first time in weeks, Rimsha's mother opened her eyes fully. "Mama," Rimsha gasped, her voice trembling. Her mother smiled weakly, brushing Rimsha's cheek with trembling fingers. "You didn't stop believing," she whispered. Rehan stood in the corner, watching with quiet relief. He had spent the night fixing the broken roof, boiling water, and bringing supplies from town. "I'll come again tonight," he said as he prepared to leave. Rimsha's eyes sparkled. "Why are you helping us?" Rehan paused, then replied softly, "Because once someone helped me when I had nothing but belief." The words echoed like truth, wrapped in kindness. As he stepped outside, Rimsha ran to the little clay lamp on the shelf. She lit it again, with no dot oil, just leftover warmth, and placed it by the window. And this time, it stayed lit. Her tiny heart whispered, "Belief is not magic. It's what keeps love alive, even in the dark." Days passed. Rimsha's mother grew stronger, and so did the little home. The cracks in the wall were patched, the roof no longer leaked, and the house slowly filled with laughter again. Rayhan continued to visit, sometimes with medicine, sometimes with food, and always with a smile. But it was Rimshah's unwavering spirit that healed the most wounds. She began collecting used clothes from kind neighbors, stitching them into warm wraps. For other poor families, her mother taught her how to sew, and Rayhan built her a small wooden table by the window. And beside that table, the clay lamp still stood. Every evening Rimshah would light it with a simple whisper. This is for someone who still believes. People started saying, if your heart is broken, go see the girl with the lamp. She'll remind you how to hope again. Years later, that little clay lamp sat on a larger windowsill. Rimshah, now grown, taught young children under its glow. She never forgot those nights when everything felt lost, and when a little girl once asked, "Does believing really change anything?" Rimshah smiled gently and said, "It changed everything."